Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Highlight, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Highlight. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Yes, we're back here. Had a very good week on the channel with the that big video I did on Sunday. But we actually got an interesting story that came out today about Mets right fielder Juan Soto. Now, I'd been feeling, and I was saying here and there the last few years, that I thought that he was going to be a Met. That he wanted to be with the New York Mets, and that, well, it seems like I was right. And got to read you a couple of things. This is from SI.com. Headline: Insider reveals Red Sox exceeded Mets Juan Soto offer. The Boston Red Sox reportedly outbid the Mets for Juan Soto this offseason. Oh, boy. Because the thought was that the Mets outbid everybody. Now, we know that the Mets will last with their initial bid for Soto when we got to the beginning of the offseason. But the Mets pushed and pushed and pushed, and they went out. Now, I would mention he is making $765 million, so that is, he's going to win no matter what. When the sweepstakes assigned New York Mets slugger Juan Soto was coming down to the wire this past offseason, it was conveyed that 5 teams were considered finalists to sign him. These teams were the Mets, the Yankees, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Dodgers, and the Red Sox. The only final contract offers that were disclosed from these 5 teams were that of the Mets at 15 years, $765 million, and the Yankees were offered 16 years and $760 million. Since these 2 New York teams were considered the main contenders for Soto's free agency, there wasn't much discussion about what the other 3 finalists offered him. That is, until Soto made a recent appearance on the Abriendo Sports Podcast and revealed the Mets weren't the team that offered him the most lucrative deal. Quote, the Mets didn't offer the most money, Soto said. In translated Spanish from an post from Mike Rodriguez, he then added some teams offered more. Wasn't that interesting? I've been saying for a long time he wanted to be a Met, and I was feeling that way for a long time too. This has sparked a ton of speculation about which teams might have offered Soto more than the Mets. An insider from SNY, little Andy Martino, seemingly revealed that at least one of these teams, with the March 7th X post that wrote, quote, regarding this, per sources with direct knowledge, it was clear that multiple teams, including Boston, had a willingness to exceed high offer if they knew Soto would agree. Ultimately, he chose the Mets, in part because of family-friendly vibe that Alex Cohen has established. It also means that you shouldn't be so rude to his family. That's why he might have resigned the Yankees if they weren't so rude. Martino's wording makes it unclear whether the Red Sox actually made Soto an offer of $765 million, or simply willing to. But given what Soto said on the topic, it's probably safe to assume that an offer was on the table. Although all that matters for Mets fans is that Soto chose the right team. Well, that's not Royce, that's squad, but the right team, the good guys got him. And so it's no surprise that he's here. We're going to have to see how that outfield play is. I wasn't too happy with what I saw in that game on Thursday. I would think that right now he'll be the right fielder, but I think years to come he'll be the left fielder and eventual DH. But like Ron Darwin said during the broadcast, he just has to hit. Don't worry about getting a Gold Glove, just has to hit. And that's all he'll do. Just rake, and rake some more. And if he does what he's done in the past, didn't hurt the Yankees last year, that's for sure. But if he does what he's supposed to do, Mets are going to have a big year, a big next 5 years. That's going to be really good the next 5 years. Really, really good. With him at the top of this lineup and leading this lineup too. I think I mentioned this before. Many years ago, when Alex Rodriguez was a free agent, he was the same age as Soto is. And I was very irritated to sign him because we had an older Mike Piazza. Piazza at the time was 32. He was 32 when A-Rod was a free agent after the 2000 season. And instead of the Mets signing Alex and having him be sort of the centerpiece around the lineup with an aging great player behind the plate. They didn't do that. And it wasn't a very good transition for this club, and that's why they were so bad after 2001. And also, I think that if they had him there in 2001, they might have won the division with that extra bat in the lineup. But that's water under the bridge right now. But I thought that was, bringing in Soto kind of resolves a problem that the Mets are going to have, and that's Francisco Lindor getting older. He's 31 years old. You want to have another player in here that'll take the pressure off of him, and then he'll be getting older. It's good to have another guy here to shoulder the burden of leading an offense that is reliant upon him. So it gives the Mets another option, puts another elite hitter in the lineup. So I thought that was one of the main things that I thought was very important for bringing in Soto, was to avoid the mistakes of the past. Even though this was not obviously Steve Cohen was nowhere near the Mets owner at the time, but I thought that was very important that they bring in Soto just due to the fact that you have an older player, again, a player, he's still in his prime, but he's getting to the end of that prime, and that sort of helps the transitionary period. And you can just say to Lindor, just do what you do, and the extra pressure of carrying the offense isn't going to be all on him. But I thought that was important. But anyway, it's a very interesting story that came out. I saw the tweet earlier today. I thought that was very interesting. And I'm glad that he's here. I know you're glad that he's here. And hopefully you like the jersey one of my relatives gave me. And of course, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.